I'm Vignesh and welcome back to my YouTube channel Cloud and AI Analytics. Hope everyone are doing good. So in today's video, we are going to see an important service in Google Cloud Platform called Memory Store, Cloud Memory Store. Cloud Memory Store is an in-memory database. So before continuing with the video, I just wanted to let you know I have recorded many videos explaining different services in Google Cloud Platform, and the same way I have recorded and explained SQL database services in Google Cloud Platform called Cloud SQL and Cloud Spanner. Please take a look at it. I'll give that description. I give that YouTube links in the description box and have a look at it. And without any further delay, let's get started with actual video. So, Cloud Memory Store. Cloud Memory Store is a memory module, and that's because Redis is an in-memory database. It is an in-memory database, and we will be using a service, or we will be using a package called Redis. So what is Redis? Redis is one of the most popular open source in-memory data store. It's an in-memory data store used as a database, cache and message broker. So Redis is typically used as persistent session cache. It's a persistent session cache which is mainly used to store login details like credential details and shopping cart details and a message from loosely coupled microservices, also even in PubSub message also. We'll be using all this for all these purposes. We'll be using this Redis persistent session cache memory. So what are the ideal concepts or ideal candidates for caching purpose? Like we'll be used to store session data details and user credential details, and also other data returned by queries for web page like district, state, country, pin code, phone number, address. All those details will be saving it in a web page. So all those are the ideal candidates or ideal situations where to use caching memory. And this cloud memory store is very similar to Amazon Elastic Cache. And basically there are two engines supported in Cloud Memory Store in Google Cloud Platform. One is Redis instance and other one is Memcache instance. The only difference between this, the Redis instance it is an open source called Redis, whereas in Memcache it is implemented using Memcache, which was developed by Google Cloud Platform itself. Most of the things will be like very similar, like highly scalable, available and secure Redis service. All those managing complex things, right? Everything is taken care by Google Cloud Platform itself. It is very minimum steps. Within a very minimum sense and within a very minimum time, we can create a memory store cache instance also. So it is fully managed Redis instance. In our demo purpose, in our practical implementation also, we will be using this Redis instance. It is fully provisioning, replication and failovers are also fully automated. And there are basically two types of services available in. One is basic tier, the other one is standard tier. So what is basic tier? The basic tier is a zonal resource. It is a zonal resource that you can get up and running for very little outlay. For a very little region only we will be able to do it. And when we are using basic tier, we need to make sure that application can withstand a cold restart or a full data flush as well. So basically we will be not using basic tier for our production based applications and all. We will be using only for POC based or for learning purposes only. We will be using this basic tier, and we will be using in production based, we will be using this standard tier, which is cross zone replication. It will be implemented in cross zone area and it is an automatic failover. The availability will be very high when we are with standard tier, whereas the availability will be less when we are with the basic tier. So the main benefits of using a managed Redis services, we don't need to provision our own VMs like the way we used to do our VM provisioning. No, that will be not the case with managed Redis service. It will be very similar, and it will take only 3-4 parameters only. So of course provisioning VM is also not that hard, but configuring it, making it highly available, configuring the machine type, OS type, network, all those things, it will be a little stuff to take care of all those things, but that is not the case with Redis instance. So the next thing is we have to choose the RAM to assign to our instance, and the RAM can extend up to 300 gigabytes. We can choose from 1 gigabyte to up to 300 gigabytes, and there is another parameter called maximum memory policy. This we can configure as part of configuring the instance itself. but default it will be given by Google Cloud Platform as well also. And one of the important feature of cloud memory store is it only offers it only provides internal IP address. There will be no external IP address for this cloud memory store, and it is highly available when the case of standard tier, and it has an SLA of 99.9%. So import and export of data from cloud storage to memory store as well. So you can import data or export data from cloud storage to memory store database, and vice versa. To take a snapshot or to take a backup, right, we will be using this RDB backup, that is Redis database backup. The RDB file is written out to cloud storage. So this is also will be written to cloud storage only, and from cloud storage you can take it to other services. So that's it for this video. This part is like more into theoretical section on how to configure our cloud memory store instance, that is Redis instance. To do that, I'll switch to my Google Cloud Console. So this is my Google Cloud Console. I'm into this Learn GCP-PDE project. To go into that cloud memory store, click on this, go here, inside under database you can find memory store. So click on this memory store. You can get two instances, one is Redis and one is Memcache, and this is the logo for memory store. So I'll create instance inside this Redis. So click on this create instance. It will open a page, and just give that instance ID. My instance ID will be Redis ID, and display name will be Redis. This will be my instance Redis memory store, MEMORY memory store, and the tier will be basic, so lower cost, does not provide high availability. This is for learning purposes and for POC based purposes, and the standard will be support automatic failover for high availability and up to 5 read replicas for scaling reads. To know more about this, you can click on this and you can go through the standard tiers this architecture, and you can see primary, replica, and region, zones, all those things there. And snapshot, so we don't need to create any snapshot or any backup for this, since we are not, the data will be very less now. So, and this is for learning purpose as well, so we don't need to do any snapshot and backup and all. And the region, let it be US central one, and zone, let it be central one. Capacity, let it be 1, not 11, 1 capacity. So 1 GB per month, it is $35.77. Same way, if you choose 100, it will be $1,387. So we don't need to do any security authentication and all, that is not required really. And you can see tier location, the summary you can get it here. That maximum policy or maximum throughput will be 500 out of 2000 MBs. Cost estimate 1 GB, it is $35.77 per month. And maintenance is, when the application is like, maintenance will be done by Google Cloud Platform internally, and we have to just give a preferred window when the maintenance can be done. I am giving, this is just for an just maybe we are not going to use it. And then Redis properties, the version will be 4.0. And the setup connection inside the network, you can go into this default network, and inside this add network options, we will be selecting, by default it will be direct peering, but when in the actual, when you go with the actual project, when we are going to standard tier and all more, we will be using private service access or any custom IP range. It will be not, mostly it will be not direct peering. To understand that in detail, you can go into this, you can click on this Google Cloud Platform and go into this VPC network. So VPC network will give you what is the default network, what is the IP address, what is the IP range, what are the subnets available, all those things you can find it from here. This is US central one, default and internal IP range and gateways, so all those things you can find. Similarly, whatever the region, right, you can find it all the default subnets or default VPC networks, and then click on create the instance. So let it create. In next video I will show you how I'll take one use case, that is Twitter count use case. I'll take that use case and I'll show it practically, implementing it using services like implementing it in Python and using GCP services like Compute Engine, VPC network, firewalls, and Redis instance. Let this instance get created. I'll meet you in the next video and I'll explain you what is the objective, and we will have hands-ons on memory store, all those things in the next video. I hope you learned something new out of this video, and I really hope this video is informative. If you have any questions or doubts, please post us in the comment section. I'll take a look at it and reply as soon as possible. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to Cloud and AI Analytics. And if don't forget to click on the bell icon. I'll see you in the next video by practically implementing it in the Google Cloud Console, by getting our hands dirty. Until then, it's bye from Vignesh and happy learning.